welcome back. I went out in the garage and milled up some more balsa to make some new trailing edges and one leading edge. The one that I had was just uh, way too heavy for the inboard side. It was whatever. So I cut some new stuff and I recut the trailing edges in half by half square instead of half by 3/4. 3/4 was just too much. So what I had to do is I had to shim the fuselage inside 1/8 of an inch top and bottom. So I cut some 1/8 inch wood and put an 1/8 on top and 1/8 on bottom. We're going to epoxy that together now. We'll get the leading and trailing edges epoxied in. Have not sat down and made my jig. I think I'm just going to modify the other jig to cut these 1/4 inch instead of 3/8 rib strips. I think I can do that. So we want a stick, popsicle stick. Popsicle stick. Hope you guys are enjoying this build. I mean, I hope it gives you a little insight on how to do stuff. And take the magic out of beam wing airplanes. They're really not difficult at all. Why do you think Jack Sheep could build one airplane a month? Because all his stuff was beam wing. So let's do the leading edges first. Pretty simple stuff. I'm going to push this in halfway. There we go. I'm not even sure this is necessary to epoxy it. You know, you could probably super glue it. We're going to super glue the beam in because it's a super tight fit. And the 1-inch ribs will be white glued on. So between white glue and super glue, that are never coming apart. I also thought of how to mount the bell crank while sitting here looking at this thing. And we got guess it's in all the way. Now we'll do the trailing edge. Yeah, we're good there. Shit. Unfortunately, the fuselage is going to be epoxy to the bench, it looks like. Maybe we can get it pulled up. No, it's not. Okay, get the knife. Get a knife. Scrape that epoxy off there. There we go. So this is the time we're going to glue this to the beam. And the leading and trailing edges. Worry about that in a minute here. You're good to go. So that's that. Ta-da! We're done. Put some covering on it and go fly it. So we need to cut 70 ribs. Get rid of this. Shit. Epoxy let them down here. That's a fair to that. There we go. Okay, let's glue this beam in. Take this out. That ain't never coming out of there. Okay, we're still loose. Now, we need, before I get too crazy, I want to melt I'm going to mount the bell crank. Now, let's cut some ribs to see how difficult this is going to be. Okay, this is my original Viper template. And they're set up to be cut 3/8 of an inch, but I only want 1/4, so I need to modify these stops just a little to bring it up to 1/4. Yep, 1/16 of an inch off, and that'll bring it to 1/4. Now, in the plans that he's drawing up, it shows this board. This is just a board, and this is your rib template. Do a good job on the rib template. And this is just a stop, and then you have stops here that allows you to strip ribs the correct distance. It's not a big deal. Now these are a little long. It's all right. It's all the same airfoil. It's just cut the tails off is all. Where's a saw? I never have any saws and stuff when I need them anymore. This saw is crap. I wonder where my UPS package is. I wonder if it's here yet. Let's see. Okay. Amazon. Close. It says it's out for delivery. Oh no, shipped. Your orders by 8 o'clock. It's not delivered yet, so that's good. I just ordered some of that glue that Frank's Model Workshop recommended for gluing the sandpaper onto sanding bars. I've been using 3M77, and that stuff is a real pain to try to get off. Okay, let's see what it looks like. Yeah, it's 1/4, so that's good. Okay, 70 coming up. 70 bones. This saw's dull. Saw is dull. Hey, Frank. Yeah, it'll be here in a little bit, supposedly by 8 o'clock. That 3M77 stuff just drives you nuts. It'll stick on there, but you can't get it off. You got to use a scraper and lacquer thinner and as far as your steaming technique, Frank, you almost got it. You got to steam through a paper towel, a wet paper towel, and you just set the iron on there, go, and it'll take big dents out. I've shown how to do it several times. And this saw is shit. I know I got a better one around here than this thing. Need to throw this one out. I think it's time for new saw blades all around. This one don't look much better. Don't look much better. And them guys that were saying that you're not scratch building because you're using a Bob Hunt wing cradle are not correct. You can use any kind of tool you want. It's slightly better. Okay. We now need to cut the starting rib. Now you can do each one at a time and but it's too slow that way. So we're going to do one and then I'm going to test fit it. It is. It definitely is scratch building. They're just people that talk that stuff, they have no clue what they're talking about. Okay, there we go. Got one up there. Okay, we're gonna need a cap on there. I forgot. We're gonna use a 3/32 cap, not an 1/8 inch on this one. Got a bugger on that. Yep. I need to put the caps on it before I go any farther. I think we're going to need a new blade too. Don't act like it's cutting right. About 69 more times to go. No, I shouldn't have cut that. Oh well. This blade has to be dull. Ain't acting right. Yeah, this wood is tough. There we go. Yeah, this might take a little longer on this one. There we go. Not using real good wood. How much was it a sheet? Because I ain't paying $17 a sheet for balsa. Let's see if this is going to do it. This is 3/32. That's what National Balsa wants, $17 a sheet. It ain't happening for me. They're out of their mind. That's for 16th. I'd hate to see what 1/4 inch cost. Here's another one of these. Here's another one of these things that people, you can't do that. Well, you're watching me do it. You're supposed to cap these spars before you put them in. But the way this goes together, this thing is, I see no problem with it. This thing is locked tighter than Dick's hat band. It's got so many interlocking notches and stuff. Like that little notch right there goes around the. Gonna sand it. Crazy expensive is right. It ain't happening for me. especially when you consider you don't throw it away, but a third of the stuff you get is no good for what we do. Okay, that's 3/32. Let's cut a rib and see. So that's 1 inch. Then this one goes here. I want to see if I can get away with 3/32. I don't have any 1/8 inch. I think it will. I don't know. I have to do it from that side. Okie dokie. Let's see what happens. Well, it would work if I cut it the right length. This one will work down here. We'll sand it. Go down here. I'm going to have to cut ribs from that side. You're not supposed to hit the ground. The whole idea. Okay, 3/32 will work. A little loose, but I don't have any 1/8. Look. Let me look for a piece of 1/8. I'll be out of the scene for a minute. Terry, you asked me a question about something on the last video. I don't remember what it was, but it seemed like it was important, but I had already shut it off. So you might want to ask again. We need an 1/8 inch cap, not a 3/32. I swore I had 1/8 inch over here. 3/16. Shit, even if I got a heavy piece of 1/8 inch. There we go. This is super lumber. Well, this thing's gonna be 1,000 pounds with all this heavy wood in it. Eighth inch, 48. You see, here's the price of balsa. This is a 48-inch piece of wood, 1/8 inch, 1/8 inch thick, 3x48, $1.47. That's what it should be, not $17. I got some 1/8 inch here. Here's 8x4x36, $1.43. There's 44 grams on that one. This is pretty stout stuff, but Pretty stout stuff. Let's see what poundage that is. That's 44 but 1/8 by 4. I think that's 7-pound stuff too. The weight of it is 44 grams. 44, 36. Width is 4 inches. Thickness of balsa is 1/8. Calculate. Nope, can't use that. That's 9-pound wood. That's house building wood. Let's see what this is. I mean, I'll go up to 7 pounds, but I ain't going up to 9 pounds. Let's see what this is. This is a 48 by 3. And it weighs 48 grams. I think that's lighter. 48. 48. Oh, what did I say it was? 44, 48 inches long. $48, $44, 3, calculate. Come on now. That's 9-pound wood too. No good. Let me look. Let me see if I got some more stuff like pine. Do they have any over here? That's 3/16. Here's piece of 8. And it's just long enough. Well, hopefully this will work. No, this was heavy too. 44/36. So this was heavy too. Shit. Okay, back to the screw box here. Okay, what does this weigh? This weighs 26 grams. This feels like it's probably 7 pounds. 26. It's 29 and a half. 26. 26. What does it say? 29 inches long. 29. 3/8 inch. That's 9-pound wood too. Damn. Now here's a very light piece. Let's see what it weighs. 16 grams. It's 4 inches by 28. What was that again? 20. 20. 20. Length of balsa is 28. 28. Weight the balsa 4. Calculate. Here we go. We got a piece. 5.4 pound wood. Yay. So we got our cap strips. I didn't think I had. I got more stuff over there than I know what to do with. It's a lot of old stuff. I need to go through it and separate. All right, so we need 4 cap strips. Let me get this thing over where I can see what I'm doing. Yeah. I don't believe that. Yes, I'm making the top and bottom caps for the beam. Balsa trees are not rare. They're only grown in one place, Ecuador. Let's see here. Balsa, okay. Yeah, one side of the sheet may be heavy and stiff. Carbon fiber is too heavy. Yeah. Yep. Balsa is not a tree, it's a weed. It's also considered a hardwood because of the shape of the leaves. So I need 4 half-inch pieces for cap strips here. We'll get them fitted and put on right now. I don't mind using 7-pound wood, but I ain't using no 9 and 10-pound wood. Get over there. And I ain't buying that shit. Let's cut these in half so they don't get glued to the spar with the beam. Cut there. Cut there. Good. Good, good, good. Ta-da! We got that done now. Let's see if the ribs fit better. So these are the caps for the top. So don't lose them, Spark. Now we'll see if it fits better. Oh yeah. So now I can file a slight groove in that to lock those in. That's just how I do it. A lot of guys shave off the front of the thing, but I just make a tool and I cut a notch, a slight notch in this so it locks that rib from sliding back and forth. 3/32 might have worked if I'd have redesigned the rib shapes, but we got the right stuff on it now. Now I have to, this is another one of these things, I have to leave out these 3 ribs to do the landing gear floors first, because we're going to go ahead and put the landing gear in. And how I've been doing those is the plywood floor from the bottom of this to the center line of the leading edge, a floor, and then the block, and then the torsion bar glued right to the spar. I mean, everything I've done on these beam wings is like double redundant to keep it from breaking, because they will break. Let's see, yesterday I found that thick CA that I must have put in this bottle, which I know that's what happened. So we're going to use thick CA to glue that spar cap down. Hopefully it'll work. Yep, that's thick CA, or medium, or 1. Yeah, you can smell it like thick CA. That's it. Oh, we gotta do that tip yet. Okay, well, we'll get this glued on first. I'll walk around and do the other. This is going to be a cool profile. Like I say, I have never seen a beam wing profile. Not to say that there haven't been any, but I just haven't seen any. Have you guys seen any? God, they keep knocking shit over. Yeah. You have seen one? I have not. In all the years I've been flying, I have not seen one. Okay. I need to get that fixed over there. So let's go over there and fix that before it gets out of hand. A Berkeley Lancer kit for combat. Never seen it. What I like about Beam Wings is that they build super straight and they're light, you know. Well, I don't know how light this is going to be. It should be under 40 ounces, but I won't know until I get it cut off this table and get it on a scale and start calculating what it's going to be. But even at 50 ounces, this airplane's big enough that it should fly okay. But it's only got a wimpy Super Tiger 46 on it, so. Yeah, that's right. So let's see here. Do you mean not cutting? No, we're not cutting any hole in the fuselage. This is it. I'm going to build a wing on the fuselage, just like this. Why did I switch from the 32 to the 46? The 32 really is for another project. It's for a Sorcerer. And I don't have all the equipment to run that engine in a profile. With the 46, I have 60 size mufflers that bolt onto that. I have 11.6 EW propellers. You know, I just have a lot of stuff because I fly the old school stuff, the Super Tigers. Where if I'm going to do another 32, I got to have 11.45 carbon or an APC. I got to have a muffler and set up for it. So I decided to go with the 46 instead. And it's a little heavier, so we got more nose weight. So because this is going to be heavier because I'm using heavy wood. It's only about a ½ ounce heavier, but I can put that big muffler on it if I have to. So I have more options with the 46. Okay, I don't know what Indian wood is, but whatever. All right, we got 68 more times to do this. Oh, for joy. Let me get a new blade in here. Doesn't seem to want to cut very good. Missed. So what I'm going to do here is we're going to run an hour. And I'm going to sit down and cut all these ribs. And I'll be back at my normal time, 7 o'clock, and we'll start gluing it together. Because for the next hour, I mean, it'll be at least an hour. It's just cutting ribs, and you guys don't want to sit there and go through that. So what happens is my metrics goes way down. Hey, Daniel. Yo, yo. 67 more times. So let me go on to the yeah. Put an FP40 backplate on them, and that works perfect. I had an LA-46. I didn't fly it in anything. It was for that Ringmaster 576 that I never built, and I sold to John Paris. Anyway, I'm gonna end the stream in 6 minutes, and I'm gonna sit here, watch TV, and cut these ribs. I got 67 more to go, and then I'll be back at my normal time, which is 7 o'clock, and we'll start putting this thing together. So that's this is a 3-day build so far. By day 5, it should be on its wheels and ready to go. Start covering. So you guys got any questions? Yeah, they're worth $40 a piece if they're in decent shape, if they run. Yeah, they're good. That's a good deal. $80 for 2, sure. Why not? I'd like to get this cut off the bench tonight, so oh yeah. Yeah, no problem with just wait till you see what I do with landing gear on these beam wings. It's not a big detail. They look scratched and abused, and then don't bother with them. You know, there'll be plenty of other motors come along. Super Tiger 60s, all the ones that I have, I bought for $50. You know, you're gonna have to take them apart, put bearings in them, and the Brian Gardner liners when you can get them or whatever. But the 46s they get for $50. Anybody wants more than that, they're out of their mind. So just like these guys want $17 a sheet for balsa, they can eat it. I ain't buying it. No way. I will figure out some alternative method to build model airplanes before I'll pay $17 a sheet for balsa that cost $1.43. Yeah, Europe is crazy expensive, all right. They'll be eating that stuff. I got 14 Super Tiger 60s. I had or what? I have 13, I think now, because I gave one to Craig. Minimum wage is 700 here. What? 700 an hour? 700 a month? 700 a week? What is that? You know? Yes, push rods will be outside the wing with an inverted bell crank. Correct. This is a this shit. Somehow I got glued to the bench. This is an inverted, self-centering, windy bell crank. It was pretty heavy. I sanded it in half, so we cut half the weight off. It's now 10 grams instead of 20. We'll put it in there in reverse. It'll be two maple pieces of maple. Motor mounts will be right there. And it'll suspend in there like so. We might have to grind. Might have to grind that a little bit. Well, there's probably enough to center it in there. I don't know what they're doing with it. They don't know what to do with it. I'm pretty happy with it so far, except for the weight. I'd like it to be lighter, but it doesn't much matter. It's only a stinking profile. When I cut it out of this cradle, I'll airfoil this fuselage and take some of the weight off of it that way. Well, we got just a few seconds for an hour. I appreciate you guys watching. I really thank you for watching, and I hope that my videos help you. If you have any questions, I'm more than happy to answer them best I can. Like, subscribe, and share. Please consider becoming a paid subscriber. It's $4.95 a month. It helps me get this wood so I can bring you this content. No thank you what? Anyway, that's about all I got for now. I'll be back at 7 o'clock and we'll put this thing together. So we'll see you then. Fair winds, tight lines. See ya.